Ian.
Yes, Patrick.
It seems like if there's a theme to the almost 10 years we've been doing this podcast, it's just over 9 years at this point. It's one bad console idea that turns into a scam ending and another one beginning. There's been about 3 or 4 that has happened throughout the podcast of one scale or another, maybe 5 if I really think about it. Now we have almost the culmination of what could be potentially a new scam console.
So yeah, we went from VGS, Retro VGS, to Chameleon. Both basically the same thing, but if you look at the nitty gritty, there's some delineations, marks between them. And then right as that ended, we got into the Amico. And
there's even little ones in between. The Retro Engine Sigma, Dreamcade was problematic. You had these other ones.
Then you jumped into Amico, which needs no introduction, does not need to be talked about in any depth here. And that's kind of winding down. I don't know that we're ever going to see a true end to it, but that's winding down. And here we have Polium, which sounds like fucking polonium, which is yes, an element, but also what
a radioactive one.
Yeah, the whole polonium tea, that
the Russians used
to give you, radioactive poison
or polio. It also sounds like polio.
Sounds like polio,
a horrific disease.
The Polium system, the first thing I want to point out is that they simply took the GameCube logo and rotated it into a P shape. And Polium has come out and said that they did not copy it. They said the difference is theirs is a P and represents blockchain, and Nintendo's is a G and represents GameCube, which is their system.
I think that's the same argument that Vanilla Ice used when they sampled Under Pressure from Queen.
Yes, I say dun, dun, dun. It's the tings.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. What was that called on VH1? Vanilla Ice sings the dings was what I think.
There it is.
So Polium is going to be a next-gen multi-chain console that plays games that are built on Immutable X, Ethereum, Solana, Polygon, Wax, some other bullshit, and it's going to bring multi-chain. It's going to give you a multi-chain wallet for trading, swapping, and bridging. You're going to be able to download games in metaverses. Buy and trade NFTs.
There it is. Ding, there it is. There's a.
Yes.
It's an NFT.
Well, that's what I said. It's all the blockchain games.
NFT gaming console.
You can check leaderboards, transactions, and game activity, and stay connected with your friends. Okay. They also wanted to, promote their clean dashboard for playing games quickly, which literally just looks like a stock Android box screen.
Yeah. Let's talk about that real quick. I think it's funny where they have to, in this day and age. Well, I mean, the Amico couldn't do a clean interface. We saw how awful that was. A clean interface, yes, Ian, is literally, well, let's make it look like every other interface that exists. Let's have rows, maybe columns. Maybe you can sort, click a button, do by alphabetical or like your bookmarked games. Like that's all you need for an interface. Like it should be more difficult in 2022 to do like a complicated interface. To do a non-clean interface should be harder than doing a clean, easy-to-use interface. Because we know what we like, and it's just things laid out easily. You can scroll, maybe, and have rows. Like, that's what you need for an interface.
So, the controller is going to have a thumbprint scanner to keep your console secure, and it will have a button that will bring up your wallet. So you can, because that's what you need on a video game console is a button that quickly brings up your wallet. I mean, so clearly this is bullshit from the start. It's just a money-making scheme.
So they're already basically capitalizing the fact that, well, these NFTs are worth money in all these games, so you want to quickly be able to, trade them and buy and sell, sell them, buy them at the push of at least a thumbprint to bring it up.
So,
by the way, the controller looks like, you said, like it looks like a PS4 controller.
Yes, looks like a PS4 controller.
Just the middle would be probably the thumb part, I'm guessing.
Yeah, maybe
instead of the trackpad.
So here's the roadmap they have for this.
Can I really quickly say that it bothers me now more and more since you pointed out the GameCube thing that this is not a cube shape.
Yeah,
this console, it looks like an Android box.
Yes,
it's a rectangular curved edge looking Android box.
Yep. So here's the here's the roadmap. 2022's Polium Pass and PFP airdrop. The Polium Pass is the NFT that they're going to sell. They're going to make 10,000 of them, and you have to get one to be when you get one, you become a holder, and the first 10,000 units that they're saying are going to be out in 2024 are going to go to those holders.
So get in early.
Yes.
So you buy the NFT to get the console rights to get it once it's out.
Right, which I'm going to come back to. 2022's PFP airdrop. I don't really know what that means. Profile picture airdrop. Yes. Staking. 2023 game tag claim. 2023 as well. SDK, that's software development kit, right? So
right, the ones that coming out
2023. So they're not even going to have the SDK out when they're asking you for the money for the Polium Pass. Then the Polium wallet will come up in 2024, and then the Polium One will release in 2024. So this is what's going to happen.
Okay,
this is what I think is going to happen.
So Polium Pass is first.
Of course it is
on the roadmap
because that's what people buy. So what's going to happen, I see this as a rug pull immediately. They're going to sell 10,000 Polium passes, and then this is going to go the way of Amico, where nothing ever fucking gets done.
Okay. So
and then they're going to disappear.
Okay. So Polium Pass gets you the rights for the console, the hardware rights. They'll ship it to you.
In 2024, holders will get their Polium One, and in 2025, there will be a public release. What games will be available during launch? Here's where some of these things... there's some similarities between this and stuff we've talked about in the past. We are currently in talks with multiple game developers.
This sounds familiar.
This sounds real familiar.
We're in talks.
We will list the games on Discord in the launch library channel. There's some countries that'll be unavailable in. Will the console have a warranty? Yeah, we'll talk about that in 2023 is basically their response. Will the console be safe to use? Yes, they will be required to use Touch ID. When you first set up your console, the software will perform safety checks to make sure the console is genuine and safe to use. Sure it will. What will be the specs? Again, we aim to build a high-performance console. The specs you see on the site are not confirmed until we have a functional prototype. But here's the crazy thing. Okay. They are promising a functional prototype in a few months.
Even though they can't release specs right now?
They can't release specs right now. They don't know what it's going to be. There's no SDK for it until 2023. But they're going to have a functional prototype in 3 months.
It's almost like, I almost applaud them because they probably see how crazy people are about game consoles. They probably see people like, oh, people love video games. People love NFTs. Let's combine these two. And we can come out with the hardware that, let's just say this is a real product. It'll come out. Okay.
I know.
Benefit of the doubt. I know. We gave Amico the benefit of the doubt.
I know.
You gave 50-50 chance it was going to come out.
That was early on.
Either way, you gave the benefit of the doubt. Let's say this comes out. What are the odds that this will be
a nightmare?
Well, what are the odds that this will be like worth anywhere in the stratosphere of what you pay for it? Like, let's just say the NFT I can picture being worth like $500-600, and the console be $180, like in terms of parts.
Sure.
Like they're claiming 8K gaming, like 120 frames per second, 8K
for Axie Infinity.
Yeah,
a game that looks like it's literally like just blobs.
And that's the most famous, successful,
that's the most popular one,
most successful NFT game, and that's falling apart.
And it's currently falling apart. Yeah. And that's the other thing. They're talking about this coming out in 2024. That's being real bullish on NFTs.
It's also being bullish on game dev. Again, when Tommy announced the Amico, we're going to come out in 2 years with this.
Yeah, I
don't think that ever happened. I got to go back to the calendar and see if it came out October 10, 2020. It gets better. It gets better. The total supply will be the 10,000 passes for the consoles, which, by the way, when you buy your Polium Pass, it's like buying the physical product. You're not guaranteed a console.
Well,
the console is a free perk of getting the.
That's how all of these NFT things have worked. They release an NFT, tell you all the things you're going to be able to do with that NFT, go quiet, and then rug pull.
Because then they can't be as hard to accuse you of being fraud when they can say, well, we didn't promise you you weren't buying the console, you were buying a blockchain place,
yes,
which is NFT. We didn't promise you the Evel Knievel game. You bought literally what's in my hand. You didn't buy a game license.
Right.
If we never came out with a game license, you're fucked. Guess what? Pat's fucked. But I got this box.
I can't believe we were so deep into the Amico stuff that It was ridiculous, but like
This is an NFT. This is like literally like in terms of it, like this is a promise of something that'll never come out.
I just can't believe how insane this move was.
Yeah, but this is an NFT.
Essentially.
This is Ian. We have a roadmap to a console.
Yes.
We want your money, and it'll never come out potentially. This is exactly what this is.
Well, that's what they're doing. Yeah, that's what they're doing with NFTs.
Yes.
So it's and the other thing is they're doing some Amico level gymnastics in terms of talking about who this is for. I can't find it right now. It might have been in the white paper. But they talk about how there's all these people who play games on consoles. All of these NFT games are on PCs. We're going to make a console for people to play NFT games on a console.
When you can play them on a PC.
See, why buy this? Yeah. But all of this is standing on a foundation of people assuming that NFTs are still going to be around in 2 years.
Well, there's a couple of things. There's an article on Video Games Chronicle that's connected to this. NFT sales plunged to a 12-month low in June. Monthly sales total just over 1 billion, still insane, down from 12.6 billion in January. Pat math, that's down about 94%. Something like that, 93% in 6 months.
Haven't had a good dose of Pat math in a while.
I think it's about right.
I think you're probably right. Yeah.
1 divided by 12.
You're not super wrong.
So anyway, so that's pretty bad. I don't think it's going to bounce back, especially if we're heading for a recession, especially since crypto has crashed tremendously and it's connected to that. It's bad. This is we talk about the logo. We did not copy Nintendo GameCube logo, but we are listening to the community and we will hire a new illustrator to design a more original logo for us. It concludes, some of you are not passionate about Web3 and are only here for entertainment and FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt.
Yeah, they also claim that there was a bot attack on their announcement tweet when it was really because it was negative reception. They claimed it was a bot attack, yet they bought bots to leave
to pump it up,
to
say this is a great idea.
Great idea.
This is awesome.
Look forward to this. Yeah, just like generic positive comments.
Anything is possible when you are passionate about a problem. We will deliver. Stay tuned. And they released a white paper, which is what these new blockchain techs and crypto. They do like these you want to call it like it's like a more like scientific like paper about what we're doing, where we're going. It's like structured to make it seem like it's more important.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's all it is. And it's on their website.
It's just fluffing shit up with a white dress shirt.
Exactly. It's like, oh, this is prim and proper. It's like doing a college essay. And a lot of it. Disclaimer, this white paper is intended for a reader with a non-technical background. We are currently creating a white paper with more technical details, which will be published to our website shortly. What is Polium? Polium is a Web3 gaming company that is building the world's first multi-chain gaming console and the infrastructure for Web3. And the problem is because of different blockchains, which makes them difficult to find. Even though, like I said, if you have a PC, you can just go back and forth.
Right. There's no reason for this.
I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
Even in the world of NFTs, which makes it ridiculous to begin with, we still end up looking at this like we do any other console and go, what's the market?
What will happen if the problem is not solved? Without a sufficient solution, Web3 space will not grow. We need mass adoption, and to achieve that, we need to expand to the traditional gaming market by building on a product that is affordable to buy and easy to play. I wonder what their definition of affordable is. If they're saying this is going to be 8K, 120 frames per second, okay,
sure.
And there's a lot more in this white paper. Touch ID, which is okay, I guess, to make sure if you're connected to like basically your wallet, that actually makes sense.
Yes,
that's the one thing that kind of makes sense. So you can't get hacked at home. The SDK, the Polium Pass, you get your PFP airdrop, you get your console, you get staking rewards, whatever the hell those are going to be, and launch events in Japan, US, and UK. The fact that they put it in UK makes me wonder if they're from the UK doing this, but I don't know. We don't know. Oh, here you go. The gaming market size. This sounds familiar. What's your definition of the market?
I think this is where they get into, well, lots of people play on console over PC, so that means we would have more of a market on console when NFT seems like a very PC-centric thing.
The metaverse market will be worth $1 trillion or more by 2030, according to them. And so they're counting on, well, that's going to be big, so we'll be the console to tap into that.
People just say things.
They just say things, exactly. People on Twitter ask the right questions. what games are on this? There was a thread. What games are on this?
Yeah.
And like, well, we're talking to people. What can I play on this? What? And they try to teach them that the reason a console exists is for the games.
Yeah, the response to this online was, except for the bots, like all negative. No one's buying this bullshit anymore.
Well, the console run browser-based games. Very specific, they put that in. Yes, the console will be able to run games that are built using JavaScript, Java, Python, C, C++.
My guess is that a lot of these games are web-based.
Yeah, HTML5 and Lua. Will there be exclusive games for the console? Exclusive. We love talking about exclusive games for consoles that don't come out.
Oh, we sure do, man. I love exclusives.
We most certainly know that having exclusive games on a gaming console is a key factor for console success. When competing with big brands, it is important to have exclusive titles to even compete. However, Polium is not competing with major brands. We've heard that before. Our console is not competing with Nintendo Switch. We are an entire new sector for Web3 gaming and will have a first mover advantage. We are currently in conversations with gaming studios and will be forming partnerships. We will make some announcements soon. Jesus. What are the odds that they actually get like a real partner? Like, I mean, like a grade A partner. Like EA says, we're coming on board for this.
0.
Activision says we're coming on board. Like seriously.
I think it's 0.
Once we have exclusive games, the games will be only available to play on the console, not on PC or other consoles. Okay. So this is going to be, basically a computer in some form or an Android box. You're saying that there won't be a way to figure this out. You're going to say that it's going to be locked down. You won't be able to play this on a PC somehow. Like you're going to put that much proprietary into this that you won't be able to access it. You won't be able to have an emulator for this. This is bold shit, Ian. This is bold shit.
Oh, it sure is, man.
What will be the roadmap? What will the roadmap be after the console is launched? We will have some exciting innovations that we have not announced yet in the roadmap. Our belief is that our long-term vision will change the entire Web3 ecosystem.
Sure.
Like the Polium VR headset. That's literally on here. This is, I mean, you can't make it up. This is almost like the natural progression of where we've gotten with this, where let's take the cutting-edge tech that we can scam marks for and combine it with a new game console. I would never have dreamed this happening before, Ian, 5-6 years ago. Because you've already proven that you can scam people. People are losing collectively millions of dollars a day with rug pulls and scams with Web 3.0, with these games getting hacked, with rug pulls on NFTs, with crypto being rug pulls or just losing money, with now the crypto marketplaces themselves locking up your fucking money. You can't cash out. They're afraid. They're afraid of people making run on their banks because they don't have the money.
That's right.
They don't have they're not liquid enough to give out the funds.
Yeah.
So their money's lost.
All the money they've taken in is not there.
So their money's being held while the cryptos crash. I mean, you can't make it up. This is this is better than banks. This is decentralized. This is better.
No.
And now we have the gaming console equivalent, Ian. It's almost perfect. It's almost perfect.
It is.
We can follow this along on Web3 is going great, and we can see how much it's going to cost. Like you said, the fact that you're going to put up your money for this console, the promise
a year
console,
before there's an SDK.
and then 2 years before it's released.
Yeah. I mean, I in some way, shape, or form wish that this was going to last longer so we could laugh at it for longer, but I am almost certain that it's going to be NFTs are sold, long period of silence, 2 months of silence, maybe not even that, month of silence.
Like they shut down their Discord, which you can go to Discord right now. It's very robust. They have an FAQ.
Very robust.
Yeah, they have the FAQ. They have their media shared. They have their memes. They have the community set up. I mean, it's easy to set up this stuff. They have their gallery. They have their they have a scam alert support. Oh, trying to make it seem like it's legit.
Right.
And then they have in their FAQ.
Report other scams here, not our scam.
I love this little ditty in the will there be more consoles in the future after the 10,000 original? Yes, in 2025, our goal is to manufacture and sell over 1 million consoles. Why is that always the number? Why is that? That was like the number with the Amico. That's a number that what's his name? Awful video game prognosticator said that there would be 1 million Amigos sold when it came out. Why is this the number for this stuff? I don't understand it. Michael Pachter, he said there'll be 1 million Amico sold in the first year.
I don't know, because it's the it sounds like success.
It sounds like success, even though you're not really basing on reality or
nope, not at all.
Market trends or the fact, like you said, by the end of this year, NFTs could be totally wiped out at this rate. They could be. So.
Well, we talked about it last week. It already seemed like Square Enix was starting to lose their confidence in it.
Sure.
Medium term goal. Medium term goal.
We'll talk about it later in the year. We'll see what's happening. We'll talk about it. So anyway, any other final thoughts? I just think it's funny.
No.
Yeah, we thought we'd be done with alleged scam consoles, but
I wish.
But here we are.